What's good, everyone? This is your boy DJ's Raw and Cut Truth. Give you that raw content that you deservedly need. And after watching that pathetic performance by the Dallas Cowboys, I came to a realization that the Dallas Cowboys have they pretty much missed their window. It's it's done. It's done, man. This team cannot, will not, will never win a Super Bowl with these cast of characters. No energy, no high level of football IQ, no grit. This team lacks so many things that makes championships, that makes champions, that makes winners. It lacks it all. Before I start, I want to say I'm disappointed in Cowboy Nation. Cowboy Nation made this game a Dak versus Andy Dalton game. Instead of hoping the team wins, I'm very disappointed, man. It's freaking embarrassing. As a Cowboy fan, I've never been embarrassed in my life. I'm out here looking at YouTube videos, content creators, social media, and many well-known Cowboy fans are rejoicing that the Cowboys lost the way they did. It's really sad. And this is coming from a person like me who wanted Dak to get that bag. But I also pointed out contracts are given is a give and take. That's how it is. That's how the game goes. So I also knew that the owners could have made a better deal, but I get why they didn't want to play hardball with Todd Francis. Francis wanted to break the bank and wanted to set some records so he could have more clients into his agency. So, like I said, it's a give and take thing. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are a disgrace right now. They're an embarrassment. They're a horrible team. They don't play for each other. They play the dumbest football I've ever seen. And for the past 6 games, they have given up the most points since the 60s. There were barely any black players playing in the NFL because of segregation. This is the utmost embarrassing thing I've ever seen in a football team. A lot of those players that play for the Dallas Cowboys do not deserve to wear the star. They don't. You got Ezekiel Elliott that's all in his head right now. I don't know what's going on with the brother. I don't know if there's personal issues, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Ezekiel Elliott. He doesn't look like a top 10 running back. You can't be a top 10 running back in this league. You got 5 fumbles in 5 games. It's unacceptable. It's horrible. I I wish I can say something that would help Cowboy Nation, but I don't know what to think right now. We might as well start over. This team has no ceiling. Even if you give Dak $40 to $45 million a year, you really think this team, the way it's constructed, could win a Super Bowl even if you put Dak in a long-term contract? Use some common sense. This team, this team's not going anywhere, man. They got to rebuild. They got to make some trades. They got to acquire draft picks. This 2021 draft class is reported to be one of the best in NFL history in a long time. I'm not going to say ever, because there's a 1983 draft and plenty of others that were really, really great drafts. 2004 draft. I mean, the list goes on. They got to transform this team. I'm at a point right now, I don't even want the Dallas Cowboys to win this division by default. Can you imagine if the Dallas Cowboys win 7 to 8 games and made the playoffs? That's not a win. And you guys know I despise the Eagles. I cannot stand the Eagles. But I'd rather have them win a division than us winning the division by default. That's not a win. It's not. I just see this team for what it is. This team has no heart. This team, they don't have no dog to them. And we got the defense talking about they the hot boys. They the hot boys. They get what they want. They take what they want. They looking like some punks right now. They have no manhood displaying on that defense. The only one that is an alpha male on that defense is Van Der Esch. Van Der Esch made that defense look respectable in the first quarter before the turnovers ensued. And once the turnovers happened, not only the offense, but the defense sputtered. They were like, oh, here we go again, these turnovers. The problem was never Dak. It never was. The problem was turnovers. We knew the defense was bad. And this is the reason why I don't talk so much about the defense besides the toughness part. The defense was bad all year. And it was an excuse for the offensive mishaps, the slow starts on offense, the turnovers, unfortunately by Dak sometimes, and Zeke. As you know, Dak didn't play in this game, and the turnovers still happened. So the number one culprit in turnovers is Zeke. If Zeke can hold on to the ball, if he didn't turn over the ball that much, he would get more carries. Mike McCarthy, and I know you guys want to criticize him, and that's all fine and dandy, but you got to see the truth. There was lack of a training camp, COVID-19. I'm not trying to make all these excuses. I'm being real. So I'm only judging them of fairness. He pointed out the turnovers and being drive killers. You can't fumble the ball. This offense, the players on offense are trying to do too much. They're trying to be the hero instead of making a play that can win you a game, piece by piece. I don't get this team. And we had fans still in the stands, 25,000. Even when we were getting our ass kicked by the Cardinals. And they want to pull a performance like this. This shit is pathetic, man. This is not what Cowboys fans want to see, man. I could understand if the Dallas Cowboys did not have talent, but they played hard and they didn't win enough games. I could live with that. But a team with so much talent play like some freaking pansies on the field, that shit gotta go. I'm saying it right now, and Jerry Jones, I know he ain't listening, but I gotta say this, Jerry Jones is a horrible owner. Yes, Jerry Jones is a good man when it comes to taking care of his players. I live in Texas. A lot of Cowboy players are very well taken care of. They're treated like royalty. They can get any job they want. That's because of Jerry Jones. I give them that. But knowing football, Jerry Jones don't know no damn football. He doesn't. Stephen Jones don't know it. The only one that knows football is Will McClay. And Will McClay, I'm hearing rumors that a lot of teams are trying to give him a higher position since Jerry Jones want to be named the de facto GM. It's all embarrassing. But I gotta be honest with you guys. This team, this ceiling, even if we get Dak back next year and let's say he's healthy, I don't want this team looking like what it is now. They gotta make a NFL makeover, quote unquote. They gotta restart everything. We missed our ceiling. I said it, once we lost to Green Bay in 2016 in the playoffs, I said, wow, we missed our ceiling. We had a healthy team, top-notch offensive line veterans. That was our year. 2014 with Tony Romo, that was our year too. Unfortunately, there was a call, and yes, Dez Bryant did caught the ball, and we matched well with the Seahawks that year in 2014. Beat them and everything. They could have played in the Super Bowl. But we missed our ceiling. I know you don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. We got to rebuild. We got to restructure this roster. We got to get hungry and dedicated players. No more players that just living good in Dallas, chilling, like no care in the world. We need to get players who hate losing, who hate to be embarrassed. The Dallas Cowboys tonight got their ass kicked by the Arizona Cardinals. It was embarrassing. Now, I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just trying to be open to all the possibilities. As far as I care, they can trade so many players, even the starters, and I'm good with it. Because I see what this team is. And I can see if they keep the same players next year, it'll be the same outcome. Even if it's a good year, 9-7, barely. But we putting up these stats since that's the only thing you guys care about is stats. Oh, your favorite player got these stats. Oh, we're losing, but we're coming back and we're providing stats. Nothing matters without championships. Nothing. Not first round playoff exits or, my favorite player had good stats in the playoffs in the first round and lost. It doesn't matter. And for Andy Dalton, I know he was rusty. There's some throws he wish he could have back. Hopefully he improves on that. He's a good person. He's from Katy, Texas. And, he's trying to get back to the swing of things. He had less reps than Dak. The backup never gets the most reps. That's how it goes. But the receivers, I don't know what's wrong, but they got to catch the ball. Dak's not there. He's injured. They got to step up. I'm not going to overreact too much, but I just see what this team is, man. There's got to be a total rebuild. You got to at least have Mike McCarthy build his team the way he wants to build it. And not what the Jones family want to build this team or anybody else. He has to have a team of his vision, not everybody else's. So I'm going to let y'all marinate on that, man. All praise to the Most High. Shout out to all the YouTubers who really know football. Shout out to Gerard Johnson, Law Nation. Those two brothers, Voch Lombardi. They know what they're talking about in Cowboys football. And all the other shines that talk about Cowboys that got favorite players or etc. they're toxic fans. They don't know what they're talking about, and they're just, I don't know. It's just too much negativity in this Cowboy fandom. The fact that you're happy that this team got their ass kicked is really sad. And I hope that there's no fans out there thinking like this. Winning is never cool. Winning is never the thing. I will always, always say that I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan first and foremost. I'm not a fan of a player. I'm always a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. And when they lose, that shit pisses me off. And if you're a fan, that shit should piss you off too. So I would not be cheering because a point was proven. I'm not doing that. So that's all I'm going to say. Good night and peace.